Hi, I'm back. I'm Jill with Copycat Crafts by Jill, and I would like to do another project for in my idea book. This one will be really simple, and so it's great for beginners. I just wanted to show before we get started my last project that wasn't a kit was a tag that opens. It's a double-sided double tag. Um, I made it for a collaboration uh, that I was invited to be in. Uh, Tag your turn, hashtag tag your turn. And this is the tag I made. I made this one over here prior to the videotaping. I just wanted to play. So this was the one I made, and I made that this part opens, and I did add this tiny little band, which is exactly one of the paper pieces that I used for that. So if you didn't catch that video, it's only, I believe, 2 videos behind, 1 or 2 behind this one. And there's a bunch of other creators who have taken part in it, and they've all done exceptionally great jobs. So you may want to catch up on all of them. I chose to put that one in my idea book, and that's how it slides over the page. And I picked kind of a manlier page, and this has red on this side, and I kind of had little red, so I thought it really went well. So I chose it for this page, and then if I want, which I will, I can put on some sort of fastener to keep it in. You can pick anything from tiny to that size, clear up to a big thing. I just stuck this one on to hold it there for the video. I'm not too sure which one I'm going to pick, so for now I'm just going to put the big one on. But I just wanted to show that that's how you put it on, and that I added that little strip. Okay, so anyway, the project I'm doing today is a 1-piece paper, double printed, double-sided. This is just copy paper. We're going to fold it all up, make it into a bunch of pockets, and I want it to go in here. We're going to make a couple of them, so don't worry as I'm folding if you feel like you didn't quite catch it. I'm going to make a couple, not sure how many. And I have all different size papers from all different creators. I actually dug this one out because I really thought I might want a much smaller one for in my idea book. But after we make a couple, I'll pick which one I want to go in my idea book. So all these, whichever ones I can find, the Etsy shop that I bought these digitals from, I will link them below, because right offhand I just don't remember. I do remember this is Vibe of Vintage. I know that. So, but I will look it up, and I will try to link the shops that I got all these from. But this one is Vibe of Vintage on Etsy. Okay, so, and I know my book page is only 6 inches tall, so whichever one I pick has to be under 6 inches. This was my play, and it's under 6 inches, and it's one of the big ones, so I think I'm fine with whichever one I pick. The measurements also aren't super important, because it will depend on your paper and where you want to put it. Let me move these out of the way. So if you have a larger or taller journal page, you won't mind having a taller pocket. So we could just play it by ear. You'll watch, because none of mine are going to be the same. And I'll tell you why. When I put all my papers together that I picked out, you will see each one is a different size. Some are only a different size by 1/4 or 1/2 inch. This one's different all the way around. This one's only about 1/8 of an inch longer. They're all a little different, and this one you can see how this one's almost 3/4 of an inch. Because my printer prints with a border, I have to cut the borders off. So they're all different. So don't worry about your paper size. We'll get there. And this is what it's going to be. I didn't glue anything down here. So we are going to score. I'll give you this measurement. So let me tell you how high my paper is here. It is 7 1/4 tall by 10 and an eighth. 10 and an eighth. Did I see that right? Yep, 10 and 8. Okay, so then at my first score line is at 3 1/4, and I scored. I'm gonna just get my scoreboard out just to show you what I did. I already inked all the score lines so that you could see when I'm calling out a measurement, you can see my score line. And I scored it on both, I inked it on both sides so you can see everything. There's a reason I didn't ink there yet. Okay. All right. So I put it on my scoreboard, and since my scoreboard, I work backwards. Go figure, I have no idea why. Let me put that down. Okay. So I went 1, 2, 3 1/4, and I scored all the way down. I scored all the way down. Then I flipped my paper, and I scored again at 1, 2, and about a half. It was a half. 1, 2 inches and a half, and I scored all the way down. Then I put my paper back up, and this is where I got my little scoreboard because it has the edge on it. And the reason I wanted the edge was because when I scored here, I folded it and put it up against that edge. This one doesn't have an edge. So I put my paper folded up against the edge, and then I just put this one up against that same edge and folded it. So it was kind of like a letter, and that gave me a little bit of about a 1/8 of an inch, a little bit more than an 1/8 of an inch, because you don't want this side hitting when you try to fold it. You don't want extra bulk. So I scored, turned it, scored at 2 1/2, turned it again, folded it, put it up against the edge, folded this up against the same edge, got that. Unfold it, then you want to take this corner and you want to fold it to your score line, which it may help you to ink before you do that so you can see it, and you want to fold it in just shy of that score line, because you're going to, when you fold this in, you don't want the edge curling up. And you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to fold it in, but not up against that line, just shy, because we're going to fold that in, and we don't want that curling. So we have that. This is going to make our pockets, and until we cut, we have to cut down, just down this line, and we have to just cut over this line. We're not cutting anything out. We're just following the line from the bottom up to the intersection and stop, and over here we're going to cut it this way to that intersection. I kind of circled them. And that's because when we fold this in, this piece will still be out. We're going to fold this in, this piece will be loose, and we're going to fold it up, so it's going to make a pocket right here. Then we're going to turn this over and fold this one. Well, first we fold this one up and then this one over. So we're going to have a pocket here and a pocket here. It will all make sense. It might sound confusing, but once you do one, you're going to be like, you're going to mass make these. That's what you're going to do. Okay, so let's get that out of the way, and let's get a new piece and do another. Now, if you have double-sided paper from a paper pad like that you bought, great, use it. This is a good way to use that up. Otherwise, I just printed digitals, so I'm going to use a digital, and I'll be using that. Okay, so which way do we want to go here? All right, and I'm okay with whatever is upside down. I'm fine with that. Okay, so first I want to go 1, 2, 3, and about a quarter. You can go 3.5. You just want to keep this side, I think, smaller than this side, because we're folding it in and it can't hang over. So I just go 1, 2, 3, and a quarter, and I'm gonna score. Whoop. No, what am I not? Okay, 1, 2, 3, and a quarter. It's lightweight paper because it's really just printer paper that I printed on. Okay, one more time. Score. Okay, now I'm going to turn it, and I believe my last pocket was 2.5, but this piece is a little bit longer, I think. So let's go 1, 2.5. I'm going to go 2 3/4. Should I? No, let's do 2.5. I can do another one at 2 3/4. So 2.5 all the way down. 2.5. Scored all the way down. Okay. Here's where I call this one in. Try not to make a bunch of clicking noises because I want to find my score line here. Oop, oop, oop. Score line. Okay, I'm just going to press that down a little. And if you notice that they come out of like square, you know, we can trim that if we have to. I'm just going to gently bone fold it. Bring that over. Now this piece I'm going to bring over to hit that side, to hit my little thing. Now, if it should happen that your piece underneath was too long, we will trim it. It is no worries. We will trim it. Hopefully it won't be, but if it is, we're okay with it because we trim it. Nope, see? I'll ink that so you can see it. Before I do that, I do want to really bone fold that. Okay. Now I'm going to fold it backwards just so I can ink it quick. And this one I'm going to use my darker. I'm using ground espresso. Also bring my sheet over. Get that out of the way. I'm just going to do the score lines so you can see. And I do both. Sides. Open it so I think you can see that a little better now. I'm going to do it as well on this side. If you certainly don't have to ink. Inking is definitely just optional. You can also round the corners. Not on those. On the pockets that we are folding up, if you want. I'm not. I love rounded corners, but I want to make one or two without rounded corners. Okay, so just gonna, so you can see, and I'm going to ink both sides, because it doesn't matter when you print both sides which side you want to use. I'll pick which side I want to use when I'm ready. And you're going to want to ink along the whole entire perimeter of the paper. Whoop. And just to clarify, I did have one question. When I use this mat with distress ink, like Tim Holtz distress ink, or oxide, that when I spray water on it, it reactivates and gets all, you know, like liquid again. It does not do that with the archival because it's waterproof. It doesn't reactivate it. So if you should get these at the Dollar Tree, they come in two. I used to have one marked archival ink, because that one, you know, the ink couldn't be wet and brought back up onto a page, and that's what I actually like these for, because I spray water on it and then I can just rub my paper around and get it all double grungy. But this one's almost all archival ink, which is waterproof. So okay, so now all 4 score marks. Now we're going to fold the one that we did across the bottom. Just trying to make sure I stay right on the score line. A lot of people, including myself, have a hard time getting a completely straight score line, or at least folding, I should say, folding, because the score line is probably a 1/2 of a 16th wide, so there's that hair play in each score line, and it's easy to get it a tiny bit wonky, ever so slightly wonky. Okay, I'm going to I'm going to pause here. I have to let my cat out, so I'm going to pause here and I'll be right back. Okay. Cats will be cats. All right. Last inking for now. And I'm inking a little bit more right this second so that you can actually see what we did. Okay. Whoop. Wrong way. Okay. All right. So here's the piece that folds in, and then here's this piece that folds in. So now we want to take this corner, I'll be using that in a second, and we want to fold that in right to that score line, but not over it. So we're just going to put that down like that. Now we are going to ink that as well. But before we do that, we're going to take this corner and do it as well. We're going to bring it over here. We do not want it to hit into the score line. We just want to bring it right up to it. If it does fold and it's in the way and it flips up, we just trim it out. It's not the end of the world. All right, now this, I just want to be able to quickly ink. Okay, ink around the piece. Okay, I'm going to flip it, and we are going to ink a little bit more. And sometimes when I double print, the border around the paper, the design doesn't quite match up, and then when I cut it out you can still see a little bit of the white, but I thought for this application it really didn't matter. Otherwise I trim that off, but it's not important. Okay, so now double check, bring that over, make such a pretty pocket. This is going to come up, so we're going to cut it. So we're going to cut it right on that score line. So let me get my scissors. And I'm going to cut it right on that score line, right up to the crosshair there. Boom. Right there. Because that will get folded up on the other side. Over here, we want to cut from here to the cross. So let's cut from here. And any of these can be trimmed if they get caught up, if they curl when we go to do it. Okay, now that we are here, I'm just going to put this over here, because if I get glue on it, it does mess it up. Oops, sorry. Why is it the harder I try to be quiet, the louder I get? Okay, now we are going to start to glue. So we want to glue here. We're going to glue this flap down. It's probably way better to use a glue stick for right here, but I didn't pull mine out. I don't normally use glue sticks, so I'm not even sure I know where mine is at this point. But we're going to put that down, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Put our glue. And a little extra. Gotta glue that down. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna keep fitting it to make sure we're going where we need to be. Okay, this one will come up like this. Now this is where you can round your corners if you want. Sand over here. Okay, here's your pocket. So we are going to glue down just here. Okay, just to there. Then this one comes over, and over here we're going to glue here and here. So we're going to glue here and here. So close to the edge, but not. And here. Okay. Now, this part gets folded up. Now here's where you can decide. If that is too long for you, you can even fold it over. You can leave it that high. It's not going to get in the way. It's not going to, you know, do anything. But if you want to fold it down, like for me, I think I actually like that little bit of decoration right there. If you do decide to fold it down, you're going to want to glue it. If you'd rather just fold it inward to have that extra little protection, thickness, you can fold it in like that, so that gives it a little bit more sturdiness, which I probably should do since this is only printer paper. So I'm just gonna do that. And you can still, even if you do that, you can still round the corners if you want to do that. Okay, since that's going to be a pocket, we're going to glue down this side, and here. Once you make 2 of these, you're going to want to mass make them. You're going to want to dig out some of your favorite papers. Now you're going to flip it over. This gets glued up like that. Now again, you can decide if you want to make that, keep it that size. I want to, because this is that tall. And if you do want to trim it, you have to trim all of it. So, and I want this to be a half decent pocket. Now, you will notice whenever you fold paper and fold it and more fold, sometimes you get that tiny little extra piece. We are going to trim that off. That is not, it's not even something to worry about. So we're gonna glue here and here and fold it up. You could also put a notch in it if you want. I don't. Yep, I'm gonna glue here. Like that. Okay, and this is not my idea. This, I've seen quite a few people make these. So if you want to see other people make these, I forget, I think it's, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tag pocket or something like that. 5 pocket, 1 page wonder, whatever. Julie from Camellia Craft Designs does a lot of them. I've probably seen her do it. So a lot of people have made these. This is not my idea, but I think it's really cute and I would like to make a couple. Okay, so this gets glued over here and the pocket is going to be here. So we have to glue here and here. There and here. Okay, flip that over. And once it's all, I'm going to let it dry, and then this tiny little piece I'm just going to trim off. But I want it to dry first, so, because I don't, no matter whatever I trim it with, I don't want it to get all full of glue. But there you go. Of course, I didn't pull out a tag. Let's see if I have one handy. Do I have a tag? Of course I do not have a tag. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Okay, let's go in my tag box here. I don't know if that's gonna fit, but So now we have a deep pocket there. Over here we have another pocket here. We have another pocket here. I think this one's a little too oh, that's right, this one's there. What am I doing? Just trying to, this one's right here, like that. This one's here. That's, so we have this pocket and this pocket. So five tags. Okay, that's where we're gonna need to just, I don't even, this, yep, a hair there and a hair right there. So I wonder if that's kind of dry enough. Just trim that off. Yep. There we go. Down here. Okay. Probably out of frame here. There we go. Hide the sins, hide the sins. Okay, there we have it. Each one gets a little faster when you go to make it. I'm going to put my glue away and I'm going to make another one. Let's put the tags away for now. Okay, so let's do this one. Inking in a moment, so all right, I need my scoring board back. I'm going to put it even with the side. Go 1, 2, 3 1/4. Have to recount them. 1, 2, 3 1/4. Okay. Okay, then we turn it. We're going to go 1, 2 1/2. We're going to go 2 3/4. Little different, a tiny bit different this one. So 2 3/4 is going to be this one. Then if you can fold it without putting it up against an edge, then great, do that. I cannot. I'm just going to fold it the other way. Hills and valleys. You know, the scoring secrets, whatever, but and I didn't want to press hard because it's only printer paper. So line it up. There we go. Okay. Might have made that one a little too wide. We'll see, because you put it up, you put your fold up against that edge, then you fold this one and put it right up against that edge. Yeah, it feels like I'm hitting the paper, so I may have to trim. The first side. Okay. Feels like it. Oh no, I don't know why it felt so thick. Okay, just gonna give it a little bone fold. Bones fold on this side. Okay. Now I'm just gonna fold the bottom up just to get that creased. trying to be very gentle since it's just paper. No sense in manhandling it. Okay. Now we're going to ink. So we'll get this out of the way. And here we go. Just going to ink everything. This is my darkest ink that I have other than black. I want this one. It's a little bit, is it darker paper? No, not really. It's actually lighter. Huh. Okay. If I would have thought about that, I might have used the slightly lighter. But that's okay. For me, the grungier the better. That's, I don't know how long I will be into that grunge, but that's what I'm into, and I love it. Do have the right. Do that side. Yep, almost done. And once you make a couple, you'll know the edges that you won't need to ink. Not every edge needs to be inked, but I just figured while I'm here. Okay. I think I just have to ink here. Okay, so now I can kind of see. I think I want it more like this, so because I kind of want to see that, even though mostly upside down. Okay, so now I didn't ink in here because you don't need it, but I was just doing it so you could see, because you want to fold your corner to the score line, but not into the score line and not past the score line, like that. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. Up to the score line, but not in its way. Okay, give that a quick, that side, the more important side, get good and dark. Okay. Okay, now we want to test it. So I'm gonna bone fold it. We're going to test it to see if we need to trim it. Nope, nope. Okay, so now all we have to do is we have to cut on the score line up and cut on the score line over. So to be honest. I do like to ink them when I have to cut on them, because it does make it easier for me to see. I don't have to. Oh, I'm not cutting that one. Okay, so anyway, right on the score line, all right up to the little intersection. This one goes this way, right on the score line, up to the intersection. Okay. Just gonna do it one more time. Fold this one up. This one looks like it's gonna hang over, so I think I'm just gonna nip that off before we glue it. Just that little tiny bit. There we go. One inside. That that. Very important. And same here, I think, when it comes over, so I'm just gonna nip that off as well. Tiny little amount. Okay, there we have it. I mean, we may need to take more off, but for now that's fine. Now we want to glue our two flaps down, so let's get our glue. Okay, put it down. There we go. And now this side. Okay, put that down. Such pretty papers. Pretty papers. Then this will get glued in, and you only want to glue the bottom. You know what? I think I'm just gonna take it. Just looks like there's a hair. There we go. So we just want to glue the bottom. Go. This one comes over, but this one we want to glue the bottom and the side. Over. Okay. This part comes up, and again, I think I like the fact that I can make it a little more sturdy by just folding it under. So let me see. If I fold it this way first, I get to see how far I want it folded over, and I think I want it about there. Like that. I might even just let it like that. Let's look at it this way. I mean, that would get... Yeah, I don't think I... No, I didn't ink my pocket. I didn't ink where I cut it. Okay, so it would look like that, or like that. Let's do that one outside. Either way, it adds extra support, so just glue it down that way. There we go. Okay, probably not quite dark enough for me. All right, so now we'll glue it up. So we just want to glue both sides, that side and this side. Put it straight up. This one, now this one I'm going to, was wondering if I wanted to trim do the corner rounder, but you know what, I'm not gonna. But I do like the fact that to reinforce the edges a little bit, so I'm just gonna do that. Whoop! I bumped my camera. Sorry. Okay, so now I will have to ink that. Ink, and ink my freshly cut trim. Okay, so it will look like that. I think that gives it, yes, I like that. Does that look crooked though? Does that look wonky? I can't tell. It does to me. It looks wonky. Gonna try to just bring it down a hair. That'll probably be wonky the other way. Well, I'm just gonna let it be. I don't need it to be like bangs. Keep trimming one side, the other side. Next thing you know, you have no bangs. Okay, so now we want to glue this up here. So I was so excited today. My Tim Holtz sandable paper came, the 3 packs. The neutral, the cool, and the warm. I didn't even open them yet. I'm just too overwhelmed. So I'm so happy that they came. Okay, then we have to glue here and close it. I think these would look cute. Whoop. I mean, you can't glue them in a journal. They have to be put in with a paper clip or something like that. All right, let's try it out. One of our tickets here. Okay, we have the big pocket. We have a big pocket here. We have the big pocket up here. We have a big pocket here. We have a pocket there. So these 3. So I'm going to do one more, but it's going to be the one that's already done to save time, because you know, put it on the scoreboard and score at about 3 1/4. You turn it and you score at 2 1/2. Turn it back and fold your first score and put it up against the edge of a scoreboard or any edge. It doesn't matter, because at that point you're not measuring, you're just folding it over to meet, making your line. That's it. At that point you should only have 2 up and down, 1 along the bottom. Then you fold the first corner in, you fold the second corner in, you glue them down. So we're going to start there. We're going to glue these down. Whoop. Okay. Okay. Glue them down. Hold it till they grab. And same here. Just going to glue this corner down. Where's it go? All the way down to there. These 2 flaps will never be the same, and you don't want them to be the same, because this first always has to be smaller than this, and this will always equal this. Go. So we have that, and we have that. Now we want to cut straight up on this side. And now we want to cut straight over on this side. We may have to trim them, and that's fine. I can see right there, that's going to hang over, so I'm going to trim that. Yes, that's fine. Now this one, I can still see the score mark, so I'm going to trim that. And they really are hairs that we're trimming off, but it doesn't matter. We don't want to see them. Oh, goes this way. Okay, so now this one gets glued only across the bottom. Oh. This one gets glued across the bottom and the short side here. Do that. Oop. A little crooked there. Okay, boom, boom. How pretty is that? Then this pocket comes up. And I do like folding it under to make a little extra sturdy, but you don't have to. But I like folding it under. That does mean I have to do my ink, little inking. Like that. So we're going to glue the glued it inward. Now we glue down this side and this side. Fold it up. Flip it over. Now we're going to glue down this side and this side. put it up. If you were to round corners, you would round only that corner and then these two corners. I don't know how you would round that one. That one. You only round this. Yep, you only round this one and these two. Okay, now these two we glue here, here, and here. Just those two places. So one line here and one down here. Oh, this one I didn't fold in. That's okay, you don't have to fold it in. I just gives it a little extra stability, but you certainly don't have to. It's fine. So there it is. So let's turn it over. We have our big pocket. We have the other big pocket. We have our front pocket. We have our big pocket. And we have, oh, too big of a tag. And we have this pocket. So there you have it. 5 pockets, 1 sheet of paper. Doesn't matter the size of your paper. You don't have to cut it to a certain size or anything. And there you have it. We made 3. And I love them. Okay, I'm going to dig out my guess any and all will fit, so I dig out my what page, how much room? It takes up pretty much room. Love it. So let's find it, an empty place. I like it here. I'm going with here. Okay, so I'm just going to use this for now. Put that in, and there it is. Love. Put these in as well. Okay, well, I hope you found it as easy as I did. Once you make 1 or 2, you'll want to mass make them. I still have those sheets, and I'm going to definitely still make them. And otherwise, I'm going to try and dig out the shops, the Etsy shops that I got the digitals from. So I hope, I don't know if I'll be able to dig back far enough. I tend to lose that information after I move on. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay creative and hugs.